नारं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagawatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1 and Text 4. Naimishe Animisha Kshetre. There is one apostrophe there. Naimishe nimishe nimisha kshetre Rushayah Shaunaka Adayah Rushayah Shaunakadayah Satram Svargaya Lokaya Satram Svargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samam Asata Sahasra Samam Asata Naimishe Nimisha Kshetre Rushaya Shaunakadayah Satram Svargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samam Asata Naimishe Nimisha Kshetre Rushaya Shaunakadayah Satram Svargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samam Asata. Kshetre Rushaya Shaunakadayah Satram Svargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samam Asata. Any Matajis want to recite? You can give it a try. Naimishe nimisha kshetre Rushaya Shaunakadayah Satram Svargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samam Asata. Very nice. It is a teamwork, I think. Okay. Naimishe, in the forest known as Naimisharanya. Animisha Kshetre, the spot which is especially a favorite of Vishnu, who does not close his eyelids. Rushayah, sages. Shaunaka Adayah, headed by the sage Shaunaka. Satram, sacrifice. Sargaya, the Lord who is glorified in heavens. Lokaya, and for the devotees who are always in touch with the Lord. Sahasra, 1000. Samam, years. Asata, perform. Translation, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation, once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages headed by the sage Shaunaka, assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. Please repeat. Once in a holy place, in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages, headed by the sage Shaunaka, assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. Purport by Sri Prabhupada. The prelude of the Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken in the previous 3 shlokas. Now the major topic of this great literature is being presented. Srimad Bhagavatam, after its first recitation by Srila Shukadeva Goswami, was repeated for the second time at Naimisharanya. In the Vayaviya Tantra, it is said that Brahma, the engineer of this particular universe, contemplated a great wheel which could enclose the whole universe. The hub of this great circle was fixed at a particular place known as Naimisharanya. Similarly, there is another reference to the forest of Naimisharanya in the Varaha Purana, where it is stated that by performance of sacrifice at this place, the strength of the demoniac people is curtailed. Thus, Brahmanas prefer Naimisharanya for such sacrificial performances. The devotees of Lord Vishnu offer all kinds of sacrifices for his pleasure. The devotees are always attached to the service of the Lord, whereas fallen souls are attached to the pleasures of material existence. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that anything performed in the material world for any reason other than for the pleasure of the Lord Vishnu causes further bondage for the performer. It is enjoined, therefore, that all acts must be performed sacrificially for the satisfaction of Vishnu and his devotees. This will bring everyone peace and prosperity. The great sages are always anxious to do good to the people in general, and as such, the sages headed by Shaunaka and others assembled at this holy place of Naimisharanya with a program of performing a great and continuous chain of sacrificial ceremonies. Forgetful men do not know the right path for peace and prosperity. However, the sages know it well, and therefore, for the good of all men, they are always anxious to perform acts which may bring about peace in the world. They are sincere friends to all living entities, and at the risk of great personal inconvenience, they are always engaged in the service of the Lord for the good of all people. Lord Vishnu is just like a great tree, and all others, including the demigods, men, siddhas, charanas, vidyadharas, and other living entities, are like branches, twigs, and leaves of the tree. By pouring water on the root of the tree, all the parts of the tree are automatically nourished. Only those branches and leaves which are detached cannot be so satisfied. Detached branches and leaves dry up gradually despite all watering attempts. Similarly, human society, when it is detached from the personality of Godhead, like detached branches and leaves, is not capable of being watered, and one attempting to do so is simply wasting his energy and resources. The modern materialistic society is detached from its relation to the Supreme Lord, and all its plans, which are being made by atheistic leaders, are sure to be baffled at every step, yet they do not wake up to this. In this age, the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord is the prescribed method for waking up. The ways and means are most scientifically presented by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and intelligent persons may take advantage of his teachings in order to bring about real peace and prosperity. Srimad Bhagavatam is also presented for the same purpose, and this will be explained more scientifically later in the text. The Sanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirandasya Dhananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Naimishe Animisha Kshetre. So the actual Bhagavatam is going to begin from this shloka. The context is explained in this shloka. There is one holy place called Naimisharanya. It is still there in UP, and this kshetra is known as Animisha Kshetre. Animisha refers to Vishnu. The Lord is present in our hearts. The Lord Vishnu is present as Super Soul. And one quality of Vishnu is that he doesn't blink his eyes. He will never close his eyes. That's why he is known as Animisha. We continuously blink our eyes, right? But the Lord is continuously watching the jiva. He is seated in the heart and is continuously watching, observing the jiva. And what is the purpose of that Lord who is observing like that? Out of his affection. He is saying, Hare, my son, what is he doing? So that's the mood. Out of affection for the jiva, he is continuously watching, not even blinking his eyes. He doesn't even miss a little thing of what we are doing. So that's the Animisha Kshetre. And this Kshetra, Naimisharanya, is favorite of Lord Vishnu. We should always understand God means a person. God doesn't mean some power. Power is also there, but person. That person has power. No power is independent in this world. Now today we will come to know whether the power will be with somebody or it will change, right? So power is always with someone. So that's the. So similarly, even if you say there is power, it is with someone, and that someone is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu or Krishna. So, since he is a person, obviously he will have some choices. He will like something, he will not like something, right? Person, no? Personality. But he is Supreme Personality. So, the place which he likes is Naimisharanya. There is a railway station also, Nimisar. It is there from Delhi. It is very. There is a line. Then in that place, what is happening? Rushayaha, Shaunakadayaha. A lot of great sages have assembled in that place. Headed by, they have a leader by name Shaunaka. His name is Shaunaka. Actually, these names you should get familiarized, because in Bhagavatam you will see regularly and repeatedly these names keeps coming. Shaunaka is the leader of the sages who are seated in the Naimisharanya. And then Satram Swargaya Lokaya. Why they have assembled such big number of people Again, not for any political purpose. They have assembled for Satram to do sacrifice. They want to do a sacrifice. In fact, series of sacrifices they are planning. For how many years? Sahasra Samam. 1000 years they wanted to do those sacrifices for the pleasure of Vishnu. See, that is their determination. Continuously they want to do those sacrifices. For whom? Swargaya Lokaya. The Lord who is glorified by the citizens of Swarga. It is not that Krishna or Vishnu is only for us. Many people think Krishna and Vishnu means only for Hindus and only for India. No. God is only one. And God is for everybody. Not only for India, even for Chinese, same God. Even for Arabs, same God. Even for Westerners, same God. They may have different names, but when they say Supreme, they are referring to the same personality of God. And by the way, there are no elections there. They are not going to change. The Lord is eternal, permanent personality of God. So, so He is glorified even in heaven. So, in this universe, there are 3 planetary systems are there. Middle, upper, lower planetary system. Upper planetary systems are known as Swargalokas. There are many are there. Swargaloka doesn't mean only one. There are innumerable lokas are there, Swargalokas. So, even those lokas are full of inhabitants already. It is not that they are empty for us to go and occupy. No, they are already full. And those inhabitants, they also know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They also know. And so they glorify the Lord, Swargaya, Lokaya. Lokaya means the devotees who are there in this world. Here Prabhupada is mentioning devotee means one who is always in touch with God is devotee. Devotee means he always keeps himself in touch with Krishna. It is possible to be in touch with the Supreme Lord. This is the process that Bhagavatam is trying to describe to us. Okay, so Satram Swargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samamasatha. They decided to perform series of sacrifices for 1000 years. So here Prabhupada is explaining in the purport about Naimisharanya. It is mentioned in one tantra called Vayaviya Tantra. It is mentioned that once Lord Brahma was contemplating of a huge wheel which can encompass the entire universe. That kind of a wheel is contemplating. He is the engineer of this universe, and he was thinking where to keep the hub of that wheel, and it is said that he has decided to keep it in Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya is the hub of the universe. So that is the place. It is mentioned in Vayaviya Tantra. And in the Varaha Purana, there is one more Purana. Varaha Purana, it is mentioned that if in Naimisharanya, if we do any sacrifices, then the demoniac influence in this world will come down. If we want to cut down the demoniac influences in this universe, where you have to do the sacrifices? In the hub of the universe, and that is Naimisharanya. Here one interesting point is, you can see Naimisharanya name is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, but there are many references in Varaha Purana, Vayaviya Tantra and many other Puranas. So it is not that this Naimisharanya is unknown in the ancient scriptures. In these Puranas you will see there are so many connections like this. Cross references are there. It is not that somebody can just create one Purana and then say, yes, this is what it is. No. You have references to all these shlokas or certain details like Naimisha in many, spread in many Puranas. So, it's not that it is concocted or manufactured by some person, no. It's all written by Vyasadeva, and then he has kept the references in such a way that we can ascertain, yes, this is a proper Purana. Okay, so that is one point that we can understand. Then, Sahasra, why are the sages offering sacrifices to Vishnu? Why are they planning? It is mentioned that any work that we do, it has to be done for the pleasure of Vishnu. Only when we do for the pleasure of Vishnu, then that particular work do not have any reaction. See, Newton's law is action, there is a reaction. But we know one law by which there is action but there is no reaction. And what is that? If you can do that action for the satisfaction of Vishnu, that means Vishnu should be smiling at us. He should be satisfied. If we can please Vishnu by our action, then it has no reaction. In Bhagavad Gita, if you see, Arjuna is worried about reactions. Krishna, if I kill all these people, I'll get reaction, no? Killing others, certainly I'll get reaction. So he is worried, very worried about reaction. And Krishna is saying, no, if you act according to my instruction, my means here who is talking? Vishnu is talking. Krishna is saying, then there is no reaction. Akama sarvakama, akama, there is no reaction. So, that's why the sages, they decided to assemble in Naimisharanya and perform a sacrifice for whose pleasure? For the pleasure of Vishnu. Why is it that they have chosen Vishnu like that? So here Prabhupada is mentioning Vishnu is like the root of a big tree, and all the demigods and God, these are the two terms that we have understood. God means there is only one Supreme Personality of Godhead. But that Supreme Lord is not alone. Again, I will bring our regular example. Let us say Chief Minister came to our Bhumi Puja. He is not coming alone, just walking like that, and then he just somehow reached our place. No. I remember for Bhumi Puja here, about 45 minutes before the puja, they blocked all the roads. The entire route from CM's office to our place is cleared, and the whole thing is blocked. So there are some traffic jams here and there. In fact, some of our well-wishers and donors, they could not reach the site because they blocked everything. And then we heard the sound, the siren sound, and we thought when he is coming, and we were all rushed and reached there. It's actually the pilot vehicle. Only the front vehicle it is. And then after that, again some more sounds and some 2-3 vehicles came. We thought maybe he is there. No, he is not. Meanwhile, Home Minister has reached the place. No, she is waiting. IAS officers have reached. They are waiting. And many other people have come. They are waiting. And big police, they have taken over the place. And they are telling Swamiji, you all should go and sit. Don't roam here and there. Only some authorized people, some 2-3 people, we are there. We are allowed. And they are looking at us very closely. because security concerns. And then finally he came, and then he came with many people. So to say, an ordinary chief minister who is only glorified in one little state is glorified in Telangana. Now we will come to know today whether he is still glorified or not glorified, but that is in Telangana. But here we are talking about Krishnaya, Swargaya Lokaya, all lokas, and who is glorified even in heavens. We are talking about that personality of Godhead. And so he is not alone. He is always with 3 crore demigods, 3 crore devatas. They are also important personalities, but they are not the supreme personality. For example, here when the whole caravan came, let us say you don't know who is the chief minister, then probably we will go on garland some other minister who came in the front and we think, oh, he is the chief minister. No. So here the Shastra is saying, that's why the Vishnu is the root of the entire universal system. And these demigods, these devatas, these 3 crore devatas, they are known as demigods. Demi-size paper means, it's little less. Full paper is bigger. Is like that. So they are known as demigods. And one difference you should know, when we say for example, when we say Vinayaka, he is a devata. And what is the function of Vinayaka? He removes the obstacles in the progressive path. Vidhananashana, they will say. It is said in Brahma Samhita, Vinayaka, he places his tusks at the lotus feet of Lakshmi Narsimha. Narsingha Devi is the original Vigna Vinashaka. So he puts his tusks at the lotus feet of the Lord, and he derives the power in order to dispel this Vigna Vinashaka. That means Narsingha Dev empowers him to do the work of removing the obstacles. So this Vinayaka name refers to a governmental post. It refers to universal governmental post. It's a post name. As of today, there is someone who is seated in that post, but after some time, somebody else may sit in that post. So this demigods means it's only post. Indra, when we say, I am referring to a post. Indra is the king of all the demigods. He is like a chief minister of Swarga or a prime minister of Swarga. So they live for 100 years according to Swarga. See, in Swargaloka, people live longer compared to our lifespan. It is said that for us 1 year, and for Swargaloka it is 1 day. Our 1 year, for them just 1 day. Let us say you are offering Kudumulu to Vinayaka every year, Ganesha Chaturdashi, right? For Vinayaka, that is everyday morning breakfast. Every day for him. For us 1 year. It is like that. These devatas, according to their time scale, they live only for 100 years. Please remember, after 100 years, even devatas have to die. It is said that when someone dies, then again they have to come back to this earthly planet and earn the punya that is required to again go to Swargaloka. So this is the system. It is mentioned that Bhima, he is going to be the Hanuman. Hanuman is going to be the next Brahma. Like that there is Bali Chakravarti. He is going to be the next Indra. Srimad Bhagawatam explains this. And where is he now, Bali? Bali Chakravarti is in a planet called Sutala. He is in Sutala planet, waiting to be, he is the next Indra in line. He is waiting Indra. So these are all universal posts, and as soon as the post is vacant, then the next person will be appointed. There is no election. They are appointed by Vishnu. Vishnu is the one who places them in that position. It is said that anybody who performs 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, he will become eligible to occupy Indra's post. 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas. If somebody performs, then he becomes Indra in the next whatever. That's why if anybody is doing 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas, Indra will become alert. The current Indra will become very alert. There is one instance in Bhagavatam, there is one Maharaj called Prutu Maharaj. He is doing 99th Ashwamedha Yajna. He is trying to do. Then Indra, he realizes, if he completes 100, then he is going to be a competitor to me. And it is said that Indra puts a lot of obstacles to Prutu Maharaj's Ashwamedha Yajna. After all, Indra is also a living entity like us, but he is very powerful because he is handling universal affairs. For example, people who are managing Prime Minister, Chief Minister, they are certainly more capable than us. We cannot take little tension, but sometimes they take big tensions. So obviously they have some, something is there. So like that, these devatas are also very powerful, extremely powerful. But Vishnu is the root. Aham adarihi devanam. Bhagavad Gita declares that Krishna is aham adarihi devanam. Nene adini. I am the adi. I am the root of all the demigods. So now, when there is a big tree, there is a root, there is the trunk, the many branches and twigs and leaves, and let us say you want to pour water. Where will you pour water? To the root. But let us say you want one particular branch to be very healthy, nicely green and very healthy. One particular branch. Where will you pour water? Still root only. Not that branch you go and pour water. So if you say Telangana is one branch of India, India itself is a branch of something bigger, like that everything is ultimately the root is Vishnu. Now let us say you want Telangana to be happy. That particular branch should be very green. What will you do? Where will you pour the water? To the root or to Telangana? Actually, this is a very important point to understand. Even if we want a particular branch to be very healthy, the correct process is we have to water the root. So this, the great sages, they know. That's why it is mentioned. It is mentioned here that these great sages, they are always for working for the welfare of everybody. The great sages are always anxious to do good to the people in general. And so, at their own personal inconvenience, they assembled in such a forest place, and they are continuously doing these sacrifices and homas for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. They are pouring the water to, they are rendering their services to. If you render your services to only one little branch directly, actually the branch may dry off. With water pouring that's not the method. Similarly, we want to render services for the upliftment of a certain branch of this universal tree. But that's not the method. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. The modern materialistic society is detached from its relation to the Supreme Lord. If the branch is detached from the tree, then how much ever water you pour, there is no chance of its well-being. Yes or no? So similarly, if our society is detached from Vishnu or Krishna, then there is no chance for well-being. We may try and attempt many plans to revive those branches, but slowly they are drying off. Why? They are not connected to the root. Similarly, any society which is disconnected from God, a godless society can never be happy. This is the conclusion. A godless society can never be happy. Peace and prosperity comes only when we are connected to the root. We are connected to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the formula for peace and prosperity. So that's why here the sages, they know. That's why they assembled in Naimisharanya, and then they decided, we will do sacrifices for Sahasra Samam. 1,000 years they want to work for the welfare of the entire human society. Now this is one more point. They are not limiting themselves to a particular little branch. They are not only focusing on a little society. They are actually working for the welfare of the entire world. Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita is a universal science. They are meant for the welfare of the entire universe, irrespective of which state, which caste, which society, which gender, or which country. No. There are no such discriminations. Everybody is connected to God. Everybody is connected to Krishna, Vishnu. So, they know this. And that's why they are performing the sacrifice for the satisfaction of Vishnu, so that everybody is automatically satisfied. If you pour water to the tree root, all the branches and twigs are also happy. Not that they dry up. No. They become very green. Fruits and flowers will come. And we want those fruits and flowers. Peace and prosperity means what? We want the fruits and flowers, no? But they will come only when the tree is healthy and all the that particular branch is connected to the root. If the branch is not connected, the twig may come, fruit may appear, but finally you will not get because it will dry up. So this is the very common example it is, but a highly scientific example. The whole universal tree has a root, and that root is God. He is the one who created. So unless that Supreme Lord, we render our services to the Supreme Lord, those services will not reach each and every living entity. It will not reach the universe. The satisfaction comes only when we serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is it. But in our society, what we have decided, for example, sometimes we go to these pilgrimage places, they will have this, chowdhuries, satrams. Chatram, they'll say, they'll say, so-and-so community chatram. And so-and-so caste satram. And so-and-so, sometimes state level also, so-and-so level satram, like that they'll say. That means we are willing to serve only a little portion, a little branch. But these sages in Naimisharanya, they are not looking at, no, only Naimisharanya people should get benefited, or only UP, Uttar Pradesh. No. They are thinking the whole universe should be happy. This is the sage. So that means they are selfless, they have no personal motivations. By offering prayers to Krishna, by rendering services to Krishna, they are not looking at their own selfish goals. They are thinking, let everybody be happy. This is actually our philosophy. Vasudhaiva Kutumbha, like that there is one political slogan is also going on, but actually it is from our Shastra. It is now been circulated as a political statement, but actually what it means is entire thing is one family. One family of the son of Vasudeva, that is Vasudhaiva. That is the who is son of Vasudeva? He is Krishna. Actually, this is the philosophy. So these all these great sages, they know. Now these sages are not only limited to say some 5,000 years ago. The sages keep coming to this world, and they continuously work for the welfare of the entire world. In the modern times also, we are fortunate to witness and in fact to come in contact with one modern sage, and his name is His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is the sage who appeared in the modern age, and at the age of 70 he took so much of turmoil, personal inconvenience, to travel alone, particularly on a cargo ship. For what? Has he made any money for himself? Has he made any of those? No, he simply glorified Krishna. He simply served Krishna. And then he gave this Krishna mantra to the whole world. He gave Krishna Gita, Bhagavad Gita to the whole world. He established Krishna temples, 108 temples all over the world. He made thousands of Krishna devotees. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Now currently the whole world knows Krishna, but they do not know who Prabhupada is. Some of the gurus or some of the people you see, we see only Guru, God. They promote only themselves, but you don't see God. If you see posters or wherever you see, only their pictures will be there. There is no God there. You understand? Because we are not criticizing, that's their formula. But you see Prabhupada's, the world doesn't know Prabhupada. They know Hare Krishna, they know Krishna, they know ISKCON, they know Hare Krishna movement, they know all these things. Nobody knows His Divine Grace. So he is the modern sage, and he came, and then what did he do? Prabhupada is saying here, in this age, congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord is the prescribed method for waking up. Now if you want to wake up people, you say, no Prabhu, already we all woke up. Yeah, that's why we are here. Obviously, yes, you have woken up. Actually, only devotees have woken up. Many people, they don't wake up also. Particularly on a Sunday morning, generally no, up to 11:30, 12ish, not possible. So only devotees, they wake up. In fact, some devotees, they get up early in the morning. They come and attend Mangala Arati. What is Mangala Arati? It is the first Arati ceremony to the Supreme Personality of God. Mangala means auspicious. It is the most auspicious Arati of the day. And that's the first Arati. And in Jaipur, there is one temple, Govindji temple. It's called Govindaji, Govinda. Govinda is Krishna. Radha Govinda temple it is. And for Mangala Arati, 10,000 people come. And what time is Mangala Arati? 4:30 in the morning. By then they are already taken bath, and if you go into that place, you cannot even stand. So much crowded it is, 10,000 people, and they are all dancing, chanting, singing, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra and all that. And there is Lord Govinda, Radha Govindji is there. And only after that darshan, then they go to their works. In fact, every day 5,000 plus come. Sundays is double. 5,000 people from Mangala. Only after seeing Govindji, then they'll go for work. Like that it is. Very nice custom. So, if you see the way this world in the nature, if you see, by evening you see, say 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, even before that, by 6 o'clock, you will see all the birds, they come back to their nests. In the villages, you will observe all the animals who went for grazing, they all come back by 6 o'clock, even before that. And then by about 7:30 or 8, so all these living entities, they're asleep. In fact, a forest area, if you are there, by 7:30 or so, they'll all sleep off. 7:30 in the night, 7:30 or 8ish, they sleep. And just before sunrise, they all wake up. In fact, some of them wake up and they offer some puja to sometimes to sun god also. So what we do, we wake up and then do first arati at 4:30. In our our golden temple, they are also known as Radha Govindji, and so there is a Mangala Arati at 4:30. What is this this time? This time is called Brahma Muhurta. Now Brahma Muhurta has become a fashion now in the Western countries. You see the big CEOs are coming onto the YouTube channels and then saying, you know what time I get up? I am ready by 5. What about you? Now that is called 5 o'clock club. All big people there. But actually, where are they getting that concept from? From India. Getting up. So 7:30 or 8ish they sleep, and they get up by say 4. How many hours sleep? 8 hours. 4 o'clock you get up, and by 4:30 or so you can be ready. But I will tell you one more interesting thing. There are certain waves in this nature. Waves means kapha, pitta and vayu. Kapha, pitta and vata. Evening time, 6 o'clock evening to 10 o'clock in the night, there is one wave comes that is called kapha. This kapha wave induces heaviness in the people. It induces heaviness, that means it induces sleep. Up to 10 o'clock in the night, there is a sleeping inducing forces are there in the nature. That's why all the living entities, everybody is settling, they want to sleep. You understood? So, when we also go along with the nature and sleep early, get up early. This is the formula. For health, wealth, for peace, prosperity, everything, sleep early, get up early, and worship the Supreme Lord in the Brahma Muhurta time. Wonderful. Your day is fantastic. This is the best way to start our day. So, let us say you sleep by, ideal time is say between 9 to 10. Unfortunately, nowadays people don't sleep until 12 or 1 o'clock in the night. Even my student days, I have seen in our college, the students are awake till 1 o'clock in the night. 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. We all went through all that. So it's not difficult. We can change our lifestyle. The only thing that you have to control is the TV, which is there in the TV. If you can control, then you can control your life. This is the formula. Very nice practice. Even in villages also, if you go and see, they all are fast asleep by 9:30 time, and with the sunrise they also get up, and then they do some spiritual practices, then they go for work. They carry the sadhimota by 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. They walk into the fields, they keep doing working, they work hard, they come back by evening, nicely take rest. This is the cycle. So keeping Krishna in the center, we should mold our lives. Keeping Krishna Seva in mind, we all have to render service to Krishna. Because our duties will go on. It will go on as long as we can, it will go on. But then our services to God, Krishna, that will be remembered. And those services have no reactions. You don't get any negative reaction. In fact, you will get all blessings. This is the concept of Srimad Bhagavatam. It wants our welfare, well-being, and that's why it recommends all natural, divine methods by which we can improve our lives and bring peace and prosperity into our lives, day-to-day lives. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this formula of chanting Hare Krishna every single day. That's why here we make everybody chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. When you chant, if you chant this mantra, slowly but surely, you will your sleeping patterns, everything will change. And you will become, very healthy, happy and prosperous. Just by chanting this Hare. You will wake up. You cannot be sleepy. You will wake up. So that is the formula.